Yo, what's going on, guys? And today I wanted to talk about who will the Sacramento Kings sign in free agency. So let's get right into today's video and let's talk about this. So if you guys did not know, they have $103 million in used cap space, meaning they have about $9 million in available cap space. So when you look at this team is only losing Richaun Holmes, which is really important because he's their starting center and he had a career year this year and he's really going to get paid. And I don't think he wants to stay in Sacramento in the sense that I think he'll probably get paid by a team that's at least a playoff team. So that's something that I think is going to happen. Now there's the rest of the guys are Mo Harkless, Hassan Whiteside, and then you have Terrence Davis and Kyle Guy who will be brought back without a doubt. And the Kings, their free agent options should be guys who can elevate them to being a playoff team. And that's why I believe the two best guys for them, first off, they need someone to replace Richaun Holmes. And before we continue the video, I want to hear those opinions down below, guys. Who do you believe the Sacramento Kings should be signing in free agency? Should they be trying to get a big fish? Should they be trying to, do some signing trades? All right. I believe now, before I say it, let me hear those opinions down below in the comment section. Nerlens Noel to replace our boy Richaun Holmes. And look, I really like Nerlens Noel. And it's been reported by Hoop Hype's Mike Scotto that the Kings are among the clubs interested in Nerlens Noel, and he's generated interest from the Raptors and the Knicks who would like to re-sign him. Look, Noel provides pretty much nothing on the offensive end besides being the occasional putback and kind of a lob threat. We thought he was going to be a great lob threat, but he never really became that. He had a usage rate of 9.2% and only scored 5.1 points, but he had a 3.6 defensive win share, while Holmes had a 1.4, and he posted a 101 defensive rating. It's probably going to cost Sacramento about $9 million, which is like what they have, but he is somebody that they would save money by getting compared to other centers in the market and would immediately help them like defensively. He's an upgrade on Richaun Holmes defensively, and I think he's equally as good as a rebounder, as Richaun Holmes was. What they lose is Richaun Holmes' offense, okay? Like Richaun Holmes was way better at being an offensive guy. So now going into this coming season, they seem to have a mid-level exception of, let me correct, I'm about to see if this is right, like 9 million. Okay, so yeah, they have a mid-level exception of 9.5 million almost. So with their 9 million, so that's like $18 million they can use to get somebody. And the other person I think they could really benefit from is they could honestly get three guys, because Justice Winslow is probably going to get his $13 million team option declined. And yes, he's only played 37 games in the last two seasons with little production. But in 2017 and 18, he looked like a guy who had a developing three-point shot, and he was stuffing the stat sheet. And his playmaking was coming along, and he showed promise. So at 25 years old, he could come on cheap on a multi-year deal or just on a one-year deal. And Sacramento could provide him the opportunity as they need help on the wing. And his defensive skills will come in open arms. And they have plenty of offensive firepower to help Winslow and cover his deficiencies. Like, I really think Justice Winslow could help him. This was a guy who was showing life as a quality defender, pretty much a guy who can guard every single position, and not every single position, but most positions, and being able to be the secondary ball handler for a team and hitting the occasional three-point shot. Yeah, injuries have murked him, but it's still there. Yeah, he shot 18 points. Don't even look at this past year with the Grizzlies or with the Heat. Look at before 2018 and 2017. He shot 38% in 2017, 37.5%. Okay, and he was almost mid 40s field goal percentage. And he was dropping his last good year was almost 13 points. And I think he would help the Kings so much right there. Now, another guy the Kings could look into, obviously, Otto Porter Jr. would help them so much. He's another guy with injury history. And You could argue Glenn Robinson III, Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot, if they want to go young guys. Now, if they want to go veterans, where veterans who are established might cost a little bit more. Like, they trade. I'm, like, baked, and I, like, confused myself and started talking about the Grizzlies. What the fuck? I don't know if, I started earlier. I think I cut it all out. But, look, this team is De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese Halliburton are the two cornerstones. Harrison Barnes keeps going into trade rumors, but will they trade him? I think Buddy Hield's more than Harrison Barnes. I think they'd rather keep Harrison Barnes because he seems like a leader, and Buddy Hield seems like somebody that'll, like, his deal is a lot longer, and I don't know if he's worth that. Marvin Bagley's a guy they could trade, and same thing with DeLon Wright. I really like the idea of having the roster that the Kings have right now is, I think, something that they need to get wing help, maybe to replace Harrison Barnes. And, like, in the draft, I have them getting, I think in my most recent mock, I think they go James Bouknight, sorry, not Bouknight. Yeah, James Bouknight to the Kings. So if they get a guy like that, their salaries for this year is going to come down to, I think, obviously they cut Glenn Robinson III, but he's a guy that would actually probably help them right there. If they, Nerlens Noel and Justin Winslow seem awesome, but then you want to add some three-point shooting, like Doug McDermott would be cool, but he's going to probably be expensive. I doubt Trevor Ariza would be someone they want. Otto Porter Jr. is another injury guy, but they could get him. James Ennis could be cool. I mean, they could really look at TLC, Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot, or Abdel Nadar, who's this really high IQ basketball player who's a decent shooter. He shot 41.9% this past year on limited minutes, but not bad. I think they could also look at I don't even know, Josh Jackson if he's ends up being a free agent. I just think it's a weird situation they're kind of into. So, yeah, I'm going to hear your guys' thoughts. What you guys think of that? I'm going to also put it at the end, my, like, little expert of me just talking random stuff about the Grizzlies. So let me hear your thoughts down below. Peace out, guys. Andre Iguodala, that's why I doubt they're going to get veterans like that. Like Hamidou Diallo, who's on the Pistons, got traded from OKC. He's a guy I could see him going for at the small forward position. And maybe a Josh Hart type or Doug McDermott, but they really want younger guys who can shoot the three ball. And I think when they look at their roster, the guys who are going to give them the best chance to do that is not the three ball, but defense. And I don't think they're going to want older, like 30-year-olds. They want like late 20s probably, I think. And they want to continue to build, like, look, Taylor Jenkins is a great coach. Not Taylor Jenkins. What the fuck? What did I say? I gotta edit this out. What did I say?